Welcome to the Ben Daniel Podcast, where we're calling a spade a spade. Great to be here with you guys today, May 15th, 2025, a day that we will look back on and say, man, the WNBA threw everything but the kitchen sink at us. When it comes to dumb take, and dumb take, the WNBA waited until May 15th, 2025 to just unload a heaping, smelly pile of you know what. Let's get right into it. First thing that we saw today, oh boy.
In the sports betting world, Caitlyn Clark is a front runner for MVP, which I was surprised about.
I mean, my thing is last season she was number 7 in total points.
Okay.
She averaged about 19. A'ja Wilson averaged 26.
Right.
That's a big difference.
Yeah,
I don't know
You know
what
what I mean?
clientele's like setting these odds, but I don't think she could be in the running. I mean, maybe most improved, which is crazy to say, but I mean, I think Caitlyn Clark has another level that she hasn't reached yet, and her having the ability to rest during this off season and build muscle that, like, people might twist my words and be like, most improved, what are you talking about? But I just think she has an untapped level that she could really take that step up to be like A'ja Wilson or Stewie, like one of those big names.
Attention, dummy. But Ben, that's not her name. I don't care. Attention. If Caitlyn Clark was 4th in MVP voting last year, what would a most improved player award look like other than MVP? I really would like to know, fool. Slow. I really would like to know. And then we have the first argument. A'ja Wilson scored 26 points last season. Caitlyn Clark scored 19 points. That's a 7-point Oh my goodness. You can do basic math. 25 minus 15. 32 minus 17. 10 times 10. 12 times 12. 11 times 11. Oh, you are good. You are good at math, I see. Did we all just get dumber listening to that? Did we all get significantly slower listening to that? And I might not agree with A'ja Wilson's point here, but when she says this, and we see clips like the clip that we just saw, you can understand why she says something like this.
What's your take?
Reporters should be able to play the sport that they're reporting on.
100%.
Damn! Again. That's not me. That's A'ja Wilson. Keep going, A'ja.
I think that it's egregious,
Yes.
if that's a word, that somebody could report on something that they've never played before.
Never played before.
It's crazy.
And we can maybe dull it down and be like, not necessarily play the sport, but at least a sport. Like sweat a little.
Oh, folks, in 2024, you guys know how much fun but it's 2025. It's a new me. It's a new me. But if we're going, let's just look at the basketball argument of this. Shout out to Rudy over there at Coming Now the Pod. When you listen to idiots speak about how many points someone scored per game and ignore that one player averaged 5 more shots per game and ignore than the other, A'ja Wilson averaged 19.6 shots per game. CC averaged 14.5 shots per game. She also took 2.7 more free throws per game. Basic math tells you how she averaged more points. Listening to stupid people is painful. I agree, but to be fair, they've been getting away with this ever since the inception of the league up until the 2024 WNBA. See, this is how these people have been. Remember last year? Oh, well, the outfits should play into the MVP conversation. I shit you not, folks. I'm serious. People were... Oh, but then we say that there's another level Caitlyn Clark can tap into, and she has a whole off season. So 4th in MVP voting, a whole. You know what? I could. Let's just hold on. Let's just. Right, folks. Sometimes you just gotta laugh. Sometimes you just got to laugh. What else did the WNBA media machine push on us May 15th, 2025? Well, there was a GM survey that came out. There was a GM survey that came out. Who is the best point guard in the WNBA? Caitlyn Clark, 50%. Chelsea Gray, 50%. Do I agree? No. But let's just use our basic math. So if it's a 50-50 when it comes to who's the best point guard, when we get into some other categories surrounding the point guard position, you'd think that those numbers would be a little bit around 50-50, right? Right? Which player is the best passer? Chelsea Gray, 75%. Caitlyn Clark, 25%. Caitlyn Clark, in her rookie year, averaged 8.4 assists per game with people that couldn't catch, couldn't make layups. Come on, guys. The most Chelsea Gray has ever averaged in her career was 7.3. Caitlyn Clark, in her rookie season, already averaged more assists than Chelsea Gray ever has in her entire career. Yet somehow, Chelsea Gray is a better again, folks, I told you, May 15th, the dumbness coming out of the league today is on an absolutely new level. Which player has the best basketball IQ? Chelsea Gray, Courtney Vandersloot, Caitlyn Clark, tied at 18%. Chelsea Gray, 36%. Also receiving notes of Fisa Collier, Alyssa Thomas, Brianna Stewart. Alyssa Thomas is some nice basketball IQ. I got to give it up for her. Chelsea Gray, 36%. Courtney Vandersloot, 18%. Caitlyn Clark, 18%. Okay. Which player would you want taking a shot with the game on the line? And these people, with a straight face, said Chelsea Gray. We literally just watched the WNBA finals where the referees blew every little ticky-tack call on Brianna Stewart just to get her to the line to win the game. Of course I want Brianna Stewart. She's going to get the bullshit foul calls that she doesn't deserve. But if we're calling it straight up, if we're calling a spade and everything is fair, I know life's not fair. If everything's even, I know, then I would pick Caitlyn Clark over Chelsea Gray. Who's quicker? Who's faster? Who can get to their spots easier? You're going to tell me Chelsea Gray backing you down? I mean, what are we doing here? Chelsea Gray's 5'11". Caitlyn Clark, 6 foot. I mean, Which team has the most promising young core? Indiana Fever, 50%. Los Angeles, 30%. Las Vegas, and Dallas. This should be Indiana, 100%. If not 90%. We got Cameron Brink, Rickea Jackson. Caitlyn Clark, Caitlyn Clark by herself is a better young core than any other young core in the league. Caitlyn Clark walking up and saying, me, myself, and I'm going to take that big three every day. Caitlyn, Clark, and Kent. Caitlyn, Miss Clark, and Caitlyn Clark Kent, I'll take all three of those over every young core in the league. But who's not even on this? Why is even Dallas on the... People still think... Come on. Vegas. Are we counting Asia Wilson as that young core? But who's not on this list? Chicago Sky. Angel Reese, Camila Cardoso. Haley Van Lith, I can't believe they didn't get on the list. Folks, there's a reason why Cam Brink went to and Rickea. There's a reason why these things happen, folks. And if we look at last year's stats, before Cam Brink got injured, she was leading the league in blocks. Cam Brink was already in Defensive Player of the Year territory before she got injured. Of course, I would rather have Cameron Brink and Rickea Jackson over Angel Reese and Camila Cardoso. Why am I getting asked stupid questions? Because it's the WNBA. Makes sense. Makes sense. What else? Oh, goodness. Oh, my God. Folks, Kathy Engel Braindead made an appearance on the Bill Simmons podcast. Let's take a look.
But then you've also stumbled into this phenomenon in Caitlyn that's like a once a decade thing. Like the last time it really happened in sports was probably Steph Curry in 2014, right? When the Warriors thing really started taking off and you could just feel the energy shift. I remember going to a Warriors game the year before the 73 win season, and just get in there early because I want to see media people. And people were in the arena just in case he was still going to be there for warmups. And I was like, this is like different. This has not happened for a while. You have this now with Caitlyn. So how do you balance pushing her versus like making sure, like Asia Wilson, her shoe just sold out in 5 minutes. So it's not like some of the other players aren't doing well, but how do you balance making sure you're not just too focused on her, but you also don't want to not focus on her not enough? You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, it is a balance.
Bill, they didn't focus her at all last year. They didn't focus on her at all last year. Not enough at all, Bill. At all.
But she's a generational talent. No league's ever about one player, but in this case, Caitlyn brought tens of millions of new viewers into the W, and there's no denying that impact.
Yes.
Not just in the WNBA, but the world of sports. Adam and I talk all the time about she's the most popular athlete in America. You know, she went to an LPGA tournament for a pro-am on a Wednesday, and it's like throngs of people were out there to watch her. And, you know, I was at the Masters last year when she was in the Final Four, and I counted like 19 Caitlyn Clark shirts of people walking around the Masters. So
it's crazy. I said on a pod, I think she's the most popular under 30 team sport athlete we have.
Yeah.
Now that Mahomes is 30, I think anyone under 30, I think she has anyone in any sport at this point, just from a recognizability.
Just turned 23, so she is hugely popular. But again, you do want to balance it because obviously you saw what happened with Juju Watkins, getting hurt. You want to balance making sure that you're also promoting your other stars like an
Kathy. I'm not sure why. Kathy. Lindsay Gottlieb's dumb fuck self ran Juju into the ground.
Wilson.
Yeah.
Like a Brianna Stewart, Nafisa Collier killed it last year. I mean, she was the runner-up MVP and the Defensive Player of the Year.
I loved her. I thought she was awesome.
Yeah, and she's a great person.
She could have gotten a couple calls in the finals. I thought she could have gotten some superstar calls. I was upset about that.
She's a mom and a role model for so many. So, so I think, again, that's why this year's sustained engagement.
Kathy not addressing Nafisa Collier not getting the superstar calls because Kathy Engelbert showed up to the WNBA finals wearing a New York Liberty dress. She and Adam Silver already wrote out the script for how this garbage was going to end. You guys remember that, right? We got Kathy. We got two dum-dums sitting on a couch. We have 13 dum-dum GMs. Welcome to the W. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. I appreciate all of the support. Don't forget to like the video if you enjoyed and subscribe to the channel. That would mean so much to me. We'll see you next time, and as always, take it easy.